Superficial listening, selective listening, and
And
attentive
attentive
listening.
listening. Yes.
Now, just you take 10 seconds to organize yourself. I'll maybe 2-3 of us can share our experience of using these 3 types of listening at home. 1 minute, can you share your experience? What did you notice?
Okay, ma'am. Uh, yes, ma'am. When I share with my sister um, in my some problems, she is very attentive and very uh, um,
Your sister,
yes, ma'am.
she was
I
attentive.
ma'am.
Your sister was attentive.
Yes, ma'am. My sister was attentive.
Okay, how do you know she was attentive?
Ma'am, her eye contact with me is very good. Gesture, posture, all things are appropriate. She is very attentive. Eye contact. Um,
Okay, eye contact. Okay, now can I ask somebody else?
Yes, ma'am. Speaker Suman, ma'am.
Shaker Suman wants to say, what is your just 1 minute? Yeah.
Ma'am, I have a working staff in my shop. Uh, when I talk to him, when I say something, I found him as a selective listener.
Can you
Whatever
be?
his benefit in that word, he focus on that sentences only, rather than all the way. And myself, I found myself to be a superficial listener because I mostly I find that whatever I have to respond, I respond in my way, what I think. And attentive listener, I didn't. Still, I'm trying to know, but I didn't find much more better person to recognize as
No,
attentive
I'm
person.
sorry. 1 or 2, you say. How did you know that you were talking to whom?
One of my working staff in my
Okay,
shop.
you were talking to a colleague. How do you
Yes,
know your colleague was attentively listening to you? 1 or 2
no, he
observations
was a
based on which you
he.
can say that your colleague was attentively listening. You just say that.
Ma'am, he's a selective listener.
Selective, not attentive.
Yes, ma'am. Not attentive.
Okay, then tell how do you know he was giving you a selective listening?
Ma'am, when the things are benefit of his, he listen first. He listen at the time, and some of the things which I have to say much more again and again. Then he has to then he listen the things. He found that the things that is important to him, he listen firstly, and whatever the things is not mandate essential for him, he just deny it.
Okay.
Means सुन के भी अनसुना कर देना, just like that.
Okay. Anyway, there is some distortion in the audio of yours. What you can do is, I
Yes, ma'am.
request all of you to write 1 or 2 as per your observations based on which you could say that the listener was either attentive, superficial, or selective. Now,
Selective.
anybody whom can I ask? Ankita Chauhan.
Yes, ma'am.
Now there is video also. The one who speaks, I request you to switch on the video so that we can observe the facial. Can you observe me?
Yes, ma'am.
The video is on. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
You can observe the facial expression, that is some of the non-verbal communication which communicate that you are listening, either attentive or selective or superficial. Ankita, one or
Yes,
two
ma'am.
aspects. I want to hear your reflection on the activity which you did at home on Friday.
Miss Ma'am, what I experienced, ma'am, what kind of listening? Ma'am, yesterday I had a conversation with my mother regarding a very important topic. It's not like some easy topic. It's a very important related to our family. And and I was saying something to my mom, and he was just staring me. All of a sudden, he just changed the topic and asked me about had you took your snacks. Then I was like, what? I'm saying something, and you was like, had you took your snacks? And ma'am, and all of a sudden she just again changed her topic. And then what you what you are saying to me about our family problem, then again he changed the topic. So ma'am, he always did like this, not in a single track, ma'am. He always changed.
No, what
So it's a
exactly
selective.
does it communicate?
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am.
This question is not for you. So this is for all of us. All of us, please write down one or two aspects based on your communication. So the Ankita was sharing that her mother was telling something which is unrelated to the conversation which was going on. Does that actually communicate to the speaker?
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Rajeshri?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Ma'am, I'm not getting your question. Can you please repeat?
Okay. No, Ankita was telling when she was talking some important family related matter to her mother, suddenly from her mother was telling something which is not related to the conversation. So when somebody is giving that indication, what should we understand as a speaker?
Ma'am, he or she might be not interested in the communication, in the
Yeah.
conversation, what we are communicating with each other.
Okay, okay. Ankita?
Or maybe
Thank
he
you,
or she
thank
is.
you. Okay, second reason. Yeah, come on, second reason.
Okay. He or she might be in an absent mind, is not ready
Oh.
for the communication.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? Geetima? Any other?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Any other communication that is, any other indication that is giving?
Yes, ma'am.
Your audio is not,
Hello.
your
Hello.
audio is not, anyway, I think
Hello,
you
ma'am.
have some, yeah, you're visible, but your audio is not clear. If you can say, you say, otherwise you can just put it in the chat box.
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
Because maybe you have some problem with connectivity. So how should now let me just ask one question. When a speaker is getting a signal that the listener is not either interested or not listening, how do we respond in that situation?
Repeat again, ma'am.
Okay. See, this is the example. You're talking something very important to somebody, but the listener is asking a question which is very, very out of the conversation. Something very new. As she was telling, she was discussing a family matter, but mother asked, did you have your snacks or breakfast or lunch? Did you eat? That was very irrelevant for that conversation. So that communicates, as Rajeshri and some of you put it, that communicates either the person is not interested in your communication or the person is not attentively listening. Rather, it's very, very either selective listening. At that time, what you were telling was not being listened. So how do you respond as a speaker?
Ma'am,
Hello, ma'am.
hello.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Ankita, you
we
tell
can,
what did you do and then we'll go ahead.
ma'am, I said to my mom that, can I change the topic? I think you are not in a mood to discuss it, so I should change it.
Okay, okay. Because it was mother-daughter relationship, you could say that. So if it is a teacher-student or a client-counselor relationship, there is little more sensitivity with which we have to deal with it. There are very interesting skills how we go ahead with these things. Now, Usha, you want to share something?
Yes, ma'am. The same thing. The person, if we feel that the person is not listening, then I will request him that, see, I have got something very important to talk to you. Can you just give me 5 minutes or 2 minutes to share my things? So I'm very sure the listener will pay that kind of attention, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. The
Thank you.
experience speaks here. I know this is if the content. See, it depends. If it is very important communication, we may have to draw the attention of the listener to the importance of the communication. If it is not important, probably we can just change the topic and suit the listener. But now, this is called as preparing the listener to the seriousness of the conversation. Sometimes any conversation requires a very, very attentiveness and full attention of the cognitive domain into the listening. That means it is not our ears which are receiving the auditory signal, rather our auditory cortex, our brain, which is processing the information line by line, bit by bit, sound by sound, and analyzing in a parallel way. I am listening and my brain is working parallelly, and at the same time there's a many channels which are working, in not just two channels, rather our previous experience also comes there. What happened before, last time when I was speaking to her, how was the reaction, and we will be simultaneously thinking what may be the reason. Oh, maybe she is not happy with me because yesterday when I was discussing something happened. So several of these channels will be activated. That is full time attentive listening. To be frank, attentive listening is a very, very demanding task to our brain. It is not easy. See, now you all continuously listening and you have no choice. You have to be attentive listeners because it is a course requirement and it affects your learning and your grade and your future career. So you are taxed. To be frank, you're taxed. But it's okay if everything is fine, it's going on well. But sometimes, like Shekhar was speaking, we were not able to hear, and Gitima was trying to say something, we were not able to. I think she has put something. Let me just check. So it adds some burden to the listener that I want to speak, but I am not able to listen properly. And sometimes you want to communicate, but you are not able to communicate because of dash, 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 dash. There could be several reasons why you are not able to communicate. Anyway, now let me share my screen and continue with the so we were talking of superficial, selective, attentive, and we did discuss the remaining thing. That I'm if you remember, the responding. What are the different types of responding skills and how do we do it? At length, we will have a practice of it as a skill. I have discussed this, if you remember: understanding, probing, supportive, interpretative, and evaluative. And there is another skill which is very essential for rapport building, which is the reaction. How do we react? That actually shows the positive regard, the value we are giving to the listener, the respect that conveys the respect to the person to whom we are listening and to the content. For example, there are verbal and non-verbal communications, or there are verbal and non-verbal skills which say whether you are giving, whether there is positive regard. Under non-verbal, of course, you all know about direct eye contact. Then the posture. How is your seating? How are you sitting? Are you sitting on the edge of the chair? Are you twitching to a side, clinging on to something? Then another non-verbal gesture is physical touch. Now we are not able to use this because we are using distance online listening and reacting. We are practicing listening in a distance, and using some technology, we are practicing it, not at a physical level. When we do it physically, we know. I will share one, I want to show one video also, which I want you to observe and react to that. Of course, what is warm gesture?
Hello, ma'am.
What is warm gesture?
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yes,
Hello, ma'am.
yes, may I know?
Hello.
Yes,
Hello, ma'am. I'm Gitima.
Truths, I think.
Hello.
yes. Oh, sorry, somebody. I think you
Hello?
can see my screen. I was asking, what is that warm gesture? Can anybody demonstrate?
Warm gesture is a movement of the hand and arms, etc.
Who's
No,
speaking?
ma'am, it's
Smita?
Mansi.
Mansi,
Ma'am,
tell me.
movement of arms, hand, leg. That is a warm gesture.
See, warm. How do you, this is just, you remember a communication with a friend or a stranger or somewhere you are seeing. How will sometimes, strangers also will perceive the warmth in us,
Yes,
isn't
ma'am.
it? What is that one thing which communicates
Ma'am,
warmth?
can I say?
Yes,
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
their eye.
can I say?
who's that? Kana?
Shekhar Suman, ma'am.
Shekhar?
Yes, ma'am. Is it
Yes,
audible, ma'am?
Shekhar. Yes, yes, very much.
Ma'am, when you are meeting to a person with with enthusiasm and energetic way, that can be an example of warm.
Ma'am, can I just?
Ma'am,
Yes, yes, I didn't get Shekhar. Exactly. What is that one thing which communicates warmth to the person?
welcoming
someone with
Just a minute. We'll finish listening to Shekhar and then go ahead. Yes, Shekhar?
Ma'am, when we interact with somebody with,
Yeah.
with enthusiasm and joy reaction, that can be a warm reaction gesture.
What is that? I'm sorry. What is that warmth? Which you are non-verbal warmth. You are communicating.
Ma'am, could I?
1 minute, Shekhar. 1 minute, Shekhar. Listen. I'll come back to you. Manshi?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, good afternoon.
Yes, Manshi.
Ma'am, this is coordination between your eyes and your lips. That smile you are giving, and your eyes also reflecting the same thing.
Okay, that's one thing. Yes, Usha? Any warmth? How do we communicate warmth?
You try to you expand your hands like this and say, yeah, hi, how are you?
Okay.
Close. Try
Yeah.
to
Yeah, hand gestures can be one. No, I would say the simplest of communication of warmth is a
Smiling. Smile, ma'am.
Yeah, it's a smile. I'll just share one experience with you. It's long back. Several of this experience, I want you to think, wherein listener, the stranger also feels that they are very close to you. Sometimes this is dangerous also. I just got into a bus long years ago. I got into a bus and there was a two-seater where one lady was sitting, and I was looking for a seat for me to sit, and I was walking, I was going everywhere. She had kept her handbag in the place next to hers. And I was just looking around for a place, and when accidentally our eyes met, that lady who had one seat with her, I gave a smile to her. That smile actually communicated that I would like. It's all understood, you know. There is volume behind a my. I was looking around. I got into the bus and I was okay, and I gave a smile to her. Then she took the bag and kept it on her lap. And that communicated that I am permitted to sit there. And when I sat, I again looked at her, I smiled and said, "Thank you." You don't believe we were strangers. By the time the journey completed, she told so many things of her personal life, about her profession, about her family, about her children, everything she shared with me. When I was you can also think of this kind of an experience. This is what, you know, there is a warmth, and that warmth communicates trust, that I am not cheating you. I am not going to tell all these things to the whole world, because the moment they come to know that we are using this communication for some of our personal benefit, they will immediately stop telling what they want to say. So communication of warmth is very conveniently a smile, or whenever necessary, a sorry, a thank you. That is verbal, but your smile can communicate all these things. Your thank you, your sorry, your welcome, all this you can communicate through your smile also. Now we'll go back to the.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, Vasuman.
With age, this smile reduces. When we can be so close to someone, even a stranger with a smile, why does it happen, ma'am? As we age, people reduce that smiling face. Like, that there's a kind of reduction which I feel.
Okay. You're asking.
With the small kid, if suppose we are traveling, we see a small kid, that child can make a friend with the whole train also,
Exactly.
the football also, but adult is not able to.
Very true, very true. I have also experienced this. Usually when we travel with youngsters, we will look, we'll smile at them, we'll say hi to them. But to an adult, we don't say. We really have to explore. There are many reasons why we don't. But there's nothing wrong in trying this. But of late, I think we are not very, there is a lack of trust. There is so much of privacy that we want to hold on everything with us. We don't want to share that. The world slowly is, or I can say it is like, you know, a social norm, being very reserved, gentle, not talking to stranger has become a social norm now. That is considered as a dignity. That is considered as royalty. That is considered as something that it is valued. That is why you maintain your distance with everybody. But I really want to share something very simple, you know. I don't know whether I have this time now or not. It was in this mad world, but after Corona, there are some changes. Yesterday, I was coming from Bangalore to Bhubaneswar, and I experienced the new norm in the airport. Airport used to be a crowded place, all like machines. Nobody is looking at anybody. Nobody is talking to anybody. It used to be a mechanical process of going, pushing, everything. But it was such a surprise yesterday because the population flow has reduced drastically now. And when I was showing my boarding pass, the person who was checking that the security person, he looked at me, he smiled and he said, "Oh, Orissa." He said, "Nobody," because my boarding pass said I'm going from traveling from Bangalore to Bhubaneswar. Orissa. He smiled, and that smile said he is from Orissa. That employee was from Orissa, and he had that time to look at me and ask, "You are going to Orissa?" And very surprising, when I went to the baggage, there also they welcomed me. It had reduced lots, but he was asking, like, like, "Good afternoon, how are you?" It all began like. The lady who was scanning me, she asked, while she was doing the scanning, she asked, "Aapka naam kya hai?" Because my name is already there in the boarding pass, she is going to seal on it. But still she asked my name. And surprisingly, I was sitting in the lounge, and the lady who was serving coffee, she came and asked me, "How did you like the service? Can you give feedback?" Now I can also think that she is taking benefit out of my presence there of getting a feedback to her. But I had never seen all these things happening so frequently in an airport. But now the population in the place has reduced, and I felt, it was a much comfortable place, and the person who was sitting next to me in the aircraft also was initiating a conversation, which was very, very rare. So Suman, for you, answer is maybe we are very busy. We do not have no time to stand and stare. If some of you are English teachers, you may be teaching this poem in the class. Leisure. There used to be a poem. The title of the poem used to be Leisure. We learnt it when I was in high school. It's
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. Somebody wants to say.
Yes, ma'am. What is life is full of care. We have no time to stand and stare. Hello, ma'am.
Can you say 2 lines,
Yes, ma'am.
please? Yeah, please.
Yes, ma'am. What is life is full of care. We have no time to stand and stare.
Yes, that one. So probably, Suman, that is the answer to you. We can explore further on this.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just, can you see the screen now? So warmth is a small smile or a hand gesture or a nod or a closing of eyes. Some things, communicates warmth. And leaning forward. This is a very simple, but which has lot of strength in it. If you can lean little further towards the speaker, that very clearly says that you want to listen and you are genuinely interested in the speaker. Leaning forward. Maybe even, when you're sitting in the chair, this is also enough. You are adjusting your seating position to be more comfortable. Your more comfortable sitting communicates that you want to give a full listening. You are doing something, but when that communication, you just do like this, and you are rearranging yourself in your seating itself communicates that you are open to the listening. And next is the verbal. In verbal, there are 3 very, very important skills, which, remember, you note down these things. You have to practice these skills. Concreteness. That is, you are asking specific questions for information that shows, that is the skill of concreteness. You need this mainly, one is at the rapport building stage. When you're asking a specific question, what does it communicate to the speaker?
It is, ma'am.
Yes, Jashodhara. Oh, no, she has left. Usha, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We are communicating. Yes, I'm ready to listen to you, pay attention to whatever you are saying. So you need to answer me certain things.
Yeah, specific questions ask that I am interested to know your issues. I am interested in knowing much detail so that there is a possibility of getting a solution to it. And the other very important thing is confrontation. Confrontation as a language term we all are aware of. We are telling the other thing than what the speaker is saying, but based on the potentiality. Confrontation is a skill. This is very useful, especially this is useful in the goal setting and intervention phase, may not be very useful for the rapport building stage. If you know what is confrontation, you will be able to understand this. I'm repeating it. Confrontation may not be useful in the rapport building stage. But with experience, we can use it in rapport building also. But definitely, this is a very useful skill for goal setting and intervention. Remember, we have to practice this skill of confrontation. Very interesting day-to-day examples we will have in how we use confrontation in our day-to-day life, and with whom we use, and how do we choose the language, how is our tone to use it. All these are very important in using confrontation. We have one full session on confrontation, the theoretical background about it, and also the practice of it. Another one is the alternate frame of reference. This is another way of reacting to the during communication. That is, we are giving altogether a different interpretation to what we are listening. These are all very interesting. I'm really, looking forward to have these practice sessions. Remember, these are all skills, but usually alternate frame of reference, confrontation are more used at the goal setting and the intervention phase. We usually don't use it in the rapport building stage, but there is no rule that this should not be used. It depends on the situation. We may be able to use it. These are some secrets. What all we have, what we discussed so far, I'm just sharing one or two secrets with you. I think you all are aware of it. Is there anybody here who's not fond of speaking?
No, ma'am.
So all, there may be I would definitely say there are some people who may not be interested in speaking. There are reasons, there are other issues, but by and large, generally, people love to speak. That is why it is like, as a counselor, let us remember this. If we let other people speak and listen to them, it is good that we give up our urge to jump into the conversation. We have an urge. We feel like jumping in and giving our opinion. If we can hold on to that urge, people will come out. They love to speak. The second secret is, if you really listen, whatever you want to know, they will give it out. You don't even have to ask. Very rarely you may have to probe very little. Otherwise, automatically their hopes, their fears, the desires, needs, likes, dislikes, everything comes out. You just have to sit. When they spill the tea, or we also say, let them spill the bean. Simply sit and listen. There is one more secret. Shall I show that also?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the two secrets now?
Let others
Yes, ma'am.
We should let people to talk, ma'am.
Yeah.
And another is, if we have that patience to listen to them to the full, then we won't have to work much to get the full information from them, or neither to probe them too much in order to get the whole information, ma'am.
This word really, if you really listen, this is the attentive listening.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are giving attentive listening, they will give out all the information to you. So be very confident. Don't worry. How will I get the details from my student when there is a problem, or a client when there is a counseling session? Don't worry about it at all. You just have to let them speak, because people love to speak, and you should really, within inverted comma, I'll highlight that, you should really listen, then everything will come out. And this is one more, the third secret. Do small things that make them feel like you are a great communicator and someone they can trust, even if you barely talk. Yes, we don't have to be talking in order to show that we are good communicators. Rather, we should be doing something very small. What are those small things? Repeat what they said. Now, Anindita Ghosh must be ready. We have a paraphrasing session now.
Yes, madam. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Yeah, you are there. Because repeat what they said. Ask them a question. See, repeat what they said is nothing but paraphrasing in our language. Ask them a question is clarification. Genuinely highlight when they bring something up to you, have in common. This is called as a self-disclosure in our counseling language. This is also a skill, self-disclosure. All this will make them continue talking. I think with these three skills, we are very, very confident that we become good listeners. Other skills will go later. Today, I want to have a, Anindita is ready. We can.
Yes, madam. I'll just quickly turn on my camera.
Oh, yeah. No, first, let me just tell you. The paraphrasing is something, this is just breaking the monotony. Some of you are feeling sleepy. I think from next class onwards, we can have something. I was thinking, instead of somebody taking attendance, I can call the names. 50 names takes just 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes. So it will be interesting to know the name, and you switch on the camera and show your face. Okay, from next class we can do that. And something else I wanted to share with you. Till Anindita and me are ready, I'll just say one more thing. Some of you have not submitted your assignments, but I can see you in the class. I'm requesting you, please communicate to me in person, and you can leave the class. Today's class you attend, but I can see some of you who have not submitted the assignment are in the class. We have been repeatedly saying, submitting the assignment, all 7 assignment, all 7. Even if you have submitted 6, no. And this is already 1 week past in the July, our face-to-face or the practical session. So I'm requesting, please leave the class. Instead of me removing you from the class, you can, whatever is your difficulty, I can give you an option. We can have a session here so that it will be a demo to all the others who are listening, who are in the class. That option I can give you. If you want to volunteer, you can come out and you can say, Anindita will do the paraphrasing instead of me talking and she doing. That's one option. Okay, I don't see anybody volunteering. Now you can watch. Yeah, Anindita, she has switched on her video. Camera is on.
I will try my best, madam.
No. These are all, very, as I said, it's breaking the monotony.
Right.
Okay. Today you may do for 5 minutes. Somebody, watching you, they may be very interested. They may say, enough, I will do. Then the other person will do it. So you are just giving a boost.
Right, exactly. So let's bring it on.
Yeah. See, I'm just giving now I am giving a general conversation to her. You remember, all these listening skills we use in our day-to-day conversation. Now, I want you to relate to that. And sorry, my screen is there. I want to present a small video after this. That is why I'm just keeping it. I think both of you can see. I'm sorry, all of you can see both of us. Yeah. Now, I will simply narrate my one of the, it is not very, what do I say? It is not very something where secret or something. So I'm just very casual narration, which we all do. Okay. So now this is only me and Anindita are here. We are communicating now. I'm speaking, she is listening. Now you just can observe. Shall we begin? You can note down, maybe 2 to 3 minutes we'll talk. You can note down the point, or you can even say what was a better paraphrasing there other than what she was saying. And soon after this, some of you, I want you to speak and let me do the paraphrasing and let us see. This is several. Okay. Anindita.
Yes, madam.
You are a teacher?
Yes, madam, I am a teacher. I work in a school that is in Cuttack, but it is a little bit away from Cuttack. We have to travel like around 1.5 hours to reach its. The place is called Tangi.
Tangi, I know. Yeah.
And yes, that's about it.
Okay. You are so you stay in Cuttack.
Yes, madam.
Okay. The COVID-19 situation came out suddenly as a shock to all of us. You know, we are an institute with nearly 1,000 students, and suddenly we had to take a decision of, we have 4 hostels, and we had to close the hostel, and all these situation came in such a unexpected manner, and we were all confused. And what happened when we closed the institute on 20th March, suddenly we all came to know that we all are working from home, and as a shock, 24th March, we got the bombshell that country is going for a lockdown of 3 weeks. And you know, I'm staying in Bhubaneswar alone, and my family is away in Mysore. It was work from home situation. I really thought I could have gone home and I could have stayed at home, because I had to stay in Bhubaneswar all alone and work. But anyway, I could not go. Then I was waiting for the unlock. During unlock, I took leave of 1 month and I went home. Then while going home, I did not think of anything other than going home.
Okay. So you've been working since the 20th of March?
Yeah, no, see, from 20th March, it was unlock.
So did you all have to?
Lockdown began, and we were working from home.
So that might have been a little bit stressful for you, staying all alone, isn't it?
Yeah.
So doing all the jobs together, or everything by yourself. You won't believe I'm just in the same situation, and it's like juggling between home and work, just the same way as you. And I'm so glad I find a friend, like somebody doing the same thing all over again. It's so soothing for me. We can share a lot of experience. Yes, you can actually go ahead. I'm enjoying so much talking to you.
Yeah. Oh, it's nice that somebody I can relate very directly now.
Yes, sure.
And when I went home, you know, I just took, it was such a long, it was a marathon. Like, I had to apply for e-pass, I had to go to the online portal and register and all that. Then I went home, and after till 2 weeks, I didn't think of anything, because I had to be on quarantine also. Then after 2 weeks, suddenly I had to think of coming back to Bhubaneswar.
Okay.
I have to come back. No, you all are there. So I can't
That
stay
is
in
so
this.
sweet of you.
So
And we're so glad to have you back, madam. Although it's the same platform that we are seeing you, but when you say you've come back here all for us, it makes us really feel so good about us.
yeah, because Bhubaneswar, when I reach, I'm fully into a profession. When I was at home, though I was attending meetings and I was taking your class also, I was not full time there. I was on leave. I had that laid back attitude. That makes a
Okay.
difference.
Yes.
And when I had to come, suddenly I realized, oh, how do I enter Orissa now?
Why was it difficult to enter?
No,
How?
because any state to state entry is a difficulty now.
Okay, they have many rules, isn't it
Yeah,
now?
lots of
Mhm.
guidelines. When I was
So,
going to Karnataka, I immediately found out how to enter. Then oh my God, I had to all over again find out what is that way of entering Orissa.
so
Then
did you have? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Did you have anyone, any of your friend or any of your colleague who could talk to you to help you, like to know what the rules are on?
Even if I had called my colleague, yes, of course, I had many friends and colleagues in RIE who really helped me. But in the
No,
meantime, but
that's
I
good.
had to go to the portal. I had to find out because so many documents we have to provide there, so much of information which nobody. But of course, somebody had to help me because the reply in my phone, I was getting it in Oriya.
Right. Okay. That's I understand that, especially. But then, how long
So
have you been in Orissa? Like, been a
I'm
long
sorry.
time, or?
This is a very, very confronting question. This is confrontation
I
actually.
tell you why. I tell you why, madam, because you know what? I have the same situation. That is why I've been looking for someone because I am basically born in Oria, but you won't believe when I have to have a free flow conversation, I kind of think twice. Okay, am I conveying the say like the in a proper way that I want to? Hope people are not understanding me wrong. That's how I kind of think. I thought I would ask you that.
No, really,
Uh,
she was giving me the other perspective here that,
okay.
see, her question has so much in it. So I have been here, this is my 7th year, and I am ashamed to say that I cannot read and write Odia now.
That is all right, I think. We've got so many others to know your language also.
Anyway, I initiated my learning. I can read very little the alphabets, but I'm not very good at. Anyway, let me start learning again. So I used to send it to my friend and all that. Then suddenly, what happened? Sunday, that is yesterday, I booked my ticket. Then there was a Karnataka had the lockdown of Sunday.
Okay.
So I got my e-permission, e-pass I got, but suddenly Sunday was a lockdown. Then see, from Mysore to Bangalore, my home is in Mysore, and I had to travel to Bangalore, and this Sunday lockdown again put me in stress. I
Okay.
was so confused what to do. I had to, then there was, I see any stressful situation is a learning situation.
Yes, I do agree. Yes, yes, definitely.
Because I found out there is one IDPR, information directory of something like every state has that IDPR. I'm not very sure of it. It gives out information. There
Right.
is
Okay.
a call. Yeah, I had to contact. No, sorry. Every state has. Sorry, district has it.
Is this specifically done for the COVID-19 or is it's still?
No,
I mean, it exists.
it is for COVID-19.
Okay. Okay.
Every district has a IDPR. You can search, and there, they have the phone number, they have the email, they have the WhatsApp. So then I contacted them. Then they gave me clarity that I can avail a taxi
Right.
with the tech ticket because public transports were stopped that day.
Right.
And in the taxi, I had to put on duty airport. Then ticket had to be shown for any query. So finally, I reached the airport. When I reached the airport, again, this aircraft which was coming from Bangalore. There are 3 aircraft which come from Bhubaneswar to Bangalore to Bhubaneswar daily. But yesterday they had put all the 3 aircraft, probably less passengers or lockdown and all that. 1 aircraft had to carry everybody, so all the seats were full.
That means it gives me sense you've been traveling the whole day. Like, I understand. It's like, what a big challenge you've come across.
Yes, it is. Otherwise, also Mysore to Bhubaneswar is, a long journey. Because Mysore to Bangalore airport itself is a 4 hours journey. And then, airport, we have to be there 3 hours before now.
So have you managed to eat something, and keep yourself filled up?
Yeah, I ate full and I came and I kept everything. But nowadays taking out the food from bag and eating also is difficult. You are with your mask, you are with your face shield, and
you have to keep on washing your hands, and you think,
yeah. Again, going to the washroom to wash the hand. So I prefer not to eat, but still I ate, because then what happened, I was given that body shield also.
Oh my God, that might have made you feel like being in an oven, isn't it?
Yeah, really. And they don't keep the temperature very low now in the airport and aircraft.
Right, okay.
They don't keep it very low.
Mm-hmm.
And they had taken all precaution, and my seat was middle seat.
Okay, I could guess, like, again, a challenge for you. When you want a little room to sit, you get somewhere where you can't move your arms around.
And moreover,
something like that?
COVID, and COVID situation, there was a rule that only aisle seat and the window seat are filled.
Right, okay.
Because the passengers were more, they had to give the middle seat, and I was the middle seat person, and all the middle seats were given the body shield.
Okay.
My God, how I managed, I don't know. But
you've been brave enough to go through it. Yes. And believe me, yes, you can go ahead, madam.
The good thing was the aircraft was on time, and the staff was so courteous. They were taking care of us. Everything was so fine. Got down and see, I have got the quarantine seal now.
You look pretty in that. Okay. That's a new tattoo which is going on now. I would say it is the in thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Let's take it that way. It looks nice on it. It's going
now
along.
I'm proud of this.
Yes,
no
that's
need
it.
to hide.
I don't think so. You should be hiding. You should just be proud of it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, madam.
Now, this was a very ordinary narration. Next time, we will really have a counseling situation, and we'll have a communication like this. Okay, this is just to break the ice. A non-threatening situation, but let us really come forward. Now I request you also to come out with a situation, if you can share it in this platform, but you really need help. So I was looking for those who did not submit assignment to come forward, so that's a problem situation. 44 counselors are here. So the problem of not writing assignment can be tackled. Anyway, they did not come forward. Maybe they do not have faith in us so far. Let us wait. I'm really waiting, and some of you can come and say what that itself can be a conversation, communication, where we can have paraphrasing, reacting. In Anindita's and my communication, what was that? Did you observe? 1 or 2 response, and I want to share a video for us. Yeah.
Ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Oh, yes, Rajeshri.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a minute, Rajeshri. Before you, I want anybody else who didn't get a chance to speak today. Volunteer. Swagatika. Hey, she's not there.
Hello, ma'am.
Jashodhara, want to say something? Okay, no one volunteering. Yeah, go ahead, Rajeshri.
Hello. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. What I observed from Anandita ma'am's response, what you are telling, and she was giving you a supportive responses. Like, it's very the conversation is going on a very free flow. You are relating with each other, and very comfortable conversation was going on. There are
Yeah.
many similar things, information are there. That is why you feel comfortable to express something
Yes, yes, yes.
with a similar type of,
True.
like, similar person who is experiencing the same. When we as a counselor give the similar, like, confrontations, short things, when we try to convey, then the client also feel comfortable to express more.
Yeah, very
Yes.
true. And at one instance, she said, both of us were jumping to say something, and she gave me chance to speak.
Yes, this is giving that permission, taking
Yeah,
permission, which is very important for a communication.
yes.
Yes.
So anyway, Anindita was a very good listener, and she was fully with the speaker.
Thank you, madam. In fact, I would just like to share. I don't know. This is I don't want to boast, but somehow in school also, all the parents come out, somehow they think I listen. But my colleague said that why don't you speak? You have to revolt. I'm like, but just because I listen to them, they come up and tell me. I somehow I like that attitude. They come and talk to me and everything. They in fact keep me as going and telling the principal about it. So
Okay,
yes.
okay. Anyway,
So I
that's
just,
good.
madam, if I just want to interrupt over here. This is my. I just want to have a feedback as if I am the counselor there, and you as a client, what is that thing that you think that wish she shouldn't have asked me this? You know, did you have a thought in your mind that
No,
uh,
no, no,
acha,
no.
because we
In
have to keep
today's,
this in mind, isn't it? Like I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
want her to say me this. Why did she
yeah.
ask me? Hmm.
No. Today's communication, since it was
Mm-hmm.
very normal kind of a
Right.
narration,
Right. Mm-hmm.
it was okay. Maybe one more
Mm-hmm.
session, I'll come out with a problem.
Yes, madam.
One of you can become the counselor. Then let
Mm-hmm.
us see. Definitely, sometimes the reaction of the counselor could be offensive. That we
Right,
can
right,
identify.
exactly.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
got your point. We'll
Mm-hmm.
identify what kind of gesture, what kind of non-verbal clue was communicated, which was not very accepted by the client.
Like for example, I felt that hate when I asked you how long have you been staying here
Ah,
in your
ah.
which I gave it a second thought. No, I shouldn't be asking this.
No, maybe as a counselor,
Right.
you
Okay.
are right. As a counselor in the rapport building stage, you cannot ask.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
No, because that was, but in this communication, it was okay. And with the adult client also, it's okay. But with
Mm-hmm.
the adolescent, they
Okay.
may get offended because you are directly confronting them. Your saying is you have been, uh, you are in Orissa, but still you're not. But anyway, in our
Mm-hmm.
communication, that was not the way. See, Anindita, there's one more thing, the tone,
Okay. Okay.
the facial gestures which you give, it was very
Mm-hmm.
accepting. So that was not. If you from, I'll just demonstrate the other way
Okay.
of asking.
Right.
Since how many years you are in Orissa? Huh?
Okay.
See, I'm frowning
Uh-huh.
a bit. Since how
Right.
long
Right.
you are in Orissa? See the tone.
Right.
There
It's
is
like
a,
this. Uh-huh.
that makes the difference actually. You are very
Mm-hmm.
friendly. You are giving all
Thank you.
space. You are giving all space to accept me and then ask the question. See my
Okay.
frown and my tone. How long you
Uh-huh.
have been in Orissa? That I am constricting my space. I'm really showing that puts such, see, it is not the content, but it is the way it is put forward, which is important in a counseling situation. You
Right.
can
Okay.
ask any kind of question, but if you have the tone, if you have the intonation, that giving that warmth, see, your tone is also communicating warmth. The friendliness is,
Hello, ma'am.
your tone is one of the very important.
Hello, ma'am.
You can demonstrate, like, yes, you say one word, you say,
Hello, ma'am.
can you hear?
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
ma'am.
See,
Hello, ma'am.
you're just saying,
Hello, ma'am.
Somebody else is trying to say so.
oh, sorry, Pushpanjali,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me.
Sir, I observed that during the conversation, her listening style was very attentive. She gave the chance to speak. That's why you felt comfortable to speak such more things. That's my observation during your and this person's conversation.
Yes. So next is you. You will switch on the camera and you will listen. Okay, Pushpanjali. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Anyway, shall we see? I'll just share one video which may be familiar to you. You might have watched it. This is I want to learn how to share video in Google Meet. I was not able to share. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the video running?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am,
You
you
have to
need
set up a VLC, ma'am. Yes,
again.
yes, ma'am. Yes. We're not set up before.
Anyway, we'll take little time. This is my trial. I want to see how video is shared. Till the video is shared, we can have a activity for today at home for all of you, and then preparation for next class. The activity for today is observe the non-verbal communication of any one person. Observe the non-verbal communication with whom you talk today or tomorrow. You can choose somebody. You can simply observe the non-verbal communication, and as we rightly said, what did it indicate to you? It's not just observation. I want you to talk, like now Pushpanjali was asking, sorry, Anindita was asking, did any of my question offend you? Did any of my, now you ask, did any of the gesture offend you? So I just wanted to demonstrate, how just saying, say, mm, 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 mm. See, I'm not opening my, did you hear the type of, how, I'm sorry, I think you can't hear, some of you, or I'll see, oh, oh, oh. See, the tone offends. When I say, oh, it is just the sound is same. But, oh, what is that you're telling? But when I say, oh, you can practice. There are some 50 ways of saying, oh. You can practice this also. And what oh communicates what. Okay. Now I think my video, let me just see. No. Anyway, the video is not sharing. Let's see for the next class. I will learn this and come. Let us, one activity for the, next class preparation is, I want one of you to come out with a situation which you are really looking for a solution. But it should be okay for you to share it in this platform. If it is very personal, if it is very private conversation, don't come out with it. But something, which you can share in this platform, which is okay, that everybody can listen. I want you to narrate, and I want one of you to come prepared for saying the problem. If you want, I can be the counselor, or somebody can volunteer to be the counselor in the situation, and I want two of you to be doing it. See, more than one can come prepared. We can have more than one also. Even if you don't get chance in the next class, this will be one of the activities which you have to be writing and submitting. Because you have many role plays to submit. I have to tell you, there are so many things to tell. Okay, you are ready? At least 2-3 of you come with some problem. Like, you don't have to prepare because your own problem. Or you can even choose, if you want, I can choose somebody's problem. I can pretend to be somebody and I can do the problem, so that let's see how the listening and the rapport building can go on in that. Okay. Now, 2 important things to inform you. Wednesday, 3 o'clock, there will be a common session. Wednesday, I'll write it in the chat box also. Okay. Okay, I have shared it. The session will be from Delhi. It's a demonstration on class talk, which you will have to be prepared. So, Wednesday's usual classes will not be there. As per timetable, it's my class and Rashmi's class. So, Wednesday usual class will not be there. It's only the common session on Wednesday. This is one information. Next one is, I think we will close now. But before closing, I thought when somebody, Ankita Chauhan, was sharing her conversation with her mother, I just remembered one saying in Kannada. Okay. There is a saying, you will not understand. Anybody who can understand little bit of South Indian language here? No. By the end of this 3 months, 1 or 2 words you will learn at least. Okay. Now, there's a.
I know, ma'am. I know, ma'am. Some of the words means like kucham, ma'am, kucham, and ledamma, like this, ma'am. I think it's.
That is Telugu.
From ma'am, Telugu, ma'am, Andhra Pradesh, ma'am.
Yeah,
that's
it's
it, ma'am.
Telugu. Okay. Good.
I also know Telugu, ma'am.
Oh, Raju.
Yeah.
Hello.
What is that?
I know some words.
Hello, ma'am.
Shibani.
I also know. Yes, ma'am. I also know. I am a South Indian.
Oh, so I will say something in Kannada now. Let me see whether Manshi or Shibani or Raju. No, I know they will not understand. Okay, I'll tell you. This is a very strong Kannada words. Nobody will understand. I'll just explain it to you later. There is a
Ma'am,
saying.
konchamu konchamu I can understand.
Konchamu konchamu. Who's that? Shivani? Okay.
Yes.
Koncham is Telugu and Konjam is Tamil. In Kannada, we say swalpa. Swalpa is little. Okay, swalpa. This saying it goes on like Undaita Maraya Andre Mundasu Muvat Mola. It says Undaita Maraya means did you have your food? Khana in Oriya, if I have to say Khana Khaicho. Okay, the question is
Ma'am,
Khana
quinoa.
Khaicho.
Nice try, ma'am.
The question is Undaita. Did you have food? Khana Khaicho? Somebody is asking. You know what is the reply? The reply is my turban is of 30 feet length. Undaita Maraya Mundas Muvat Mola. Muvattu is 30. Okay. So my turban is of 30 feet. See, this says there are many things we can analyze this statement, the two people who are talking. Probably he did not listen, or maybe he has hearing impairment, or maybe he is very much happy about his turban. He's all the way thinking. Sometimes it happens, you know, we are thinking of something of ourselves. So whoever talks anything, we talk of us. So this may be like that. I'm so happy with my turban, which is a new one, which is very lengthy. So whatever question is there, I want to say what? Hello. Hi. Anyway, I'm happy. Some very young children are in my class. Okay. So next class, anybody will volunteer now or all of you prepare? One situation. I will call anybody's name to volunteer if you want to be a counselor, or if you say you want me to do the first practice, I can do it also. Okay. Now
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, when somebody had a conversation and he show empathy in that conversation, it can be attentive listening. When during conversation he shows the empathy to another person, it can be attentive listening.
During conversation?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you say?
Ma'am, I think communicating to you, and on your words, what we had a communication between I and you, I show empathy to you, so it can be attentive listening. That is the.
No, I'm really not. I'm not getting the main point of your question, Suman. Shekhar.
Okay. Suppose I had a conversation with you.
Yeah.
While talking, so I saw empathy to in your emotion or what you speak, what you had a conversation. So I want to say that it can be a attentive listening. That is the that is why I had I am showing empathy. Due to attentive listening only, I am showing empathy, or yes or no, man. That I want to know.
I didn't get your question fully. If somebody who listens,
Hello, ma'am.
yes,
ma'am. Suman is asking that if the listener is showing empathy to the speaker's speech, what the speaker is going to convey, is that empathy can be considered as a characteristic of attentive listening?
Okay. I want you to answer.
Ma'am, that is one of the characteristics of attentive listening, as I feel, because showing one's empathy means that I am interested in listening to you, and I am really trying to remember what you are going to speak. If you
are coming to me for some help also, I will be able to help you. That assurance that other person, that speaker will receive from me.
I think Shekhar, is it okay? Like, yes, definitely when empathy is shown, it is one of the indications of attentive listening. No doubt about it.
Okay, ma'am. That was my question. Thank you.
You observe today, okay? With
Yes,
whom you
ma'am.
are speaking, is there empathy? We can practice empathy skills also. Next class, 1 or 2 empathy responses we can. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else before we close? Kanha?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, I want to say
Any
something.
last word before closing?
ma'am, you have not taken attendance today.
No, I have given the task.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm Shraddhanjali. Ma'am,
Shraddhanjali? Yes,
yes,
Shraddhanjali.
ma'am, I have a question that tear is also one gesture or not?
Tear?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Now this, we need a little more time to discuss. Tear, tear in whose eyes? Counselor's eyes or the client's eyes?
Yeah, ma'am. Counts.
Huh?
Clear.
No, about the tear, I think, Shraddhanjali, remember, about the tear, definitely we need to talk.
Thank you.
You agree? Within 1 word, 2 word, we cannot say because tear communicates so much of emotions.
That's
Huh?
why I, that's why I just asked question that tear is a one gesture or not.
No, that's what I said. I cannot say on the spot, or anybody can say tear is warm or tear is not warm. We cannot say in one situation whose eyes, tear on the narrator or the listener.
The listener, ma'am.
That's what. Is tear in the eyes of the counselor, is it justified? Is it a professional way of that we need to situation? There is no yes or no or one answer for it. We really have to know the situation. There are instances, where sometimes tear may be there in with counselor also, but how much is appropriate, in which situation is it appropriate, these are all questions we really need to discuss it at length. Remember, in one of the session, at least half an hour, we can talk, we can even come out with a situation and narrate these things.
Okay, ma'am.
See, when you are
Thank you.
very happy, you get tears.
Yes,
During
ma'am.
humorous discussion also, there is tear.
Yes, ma'am.
Happiness,
So
fun.
here, it's important thing, ma'am. That here is a one gesture or not. Situation is also important here.
Your question is tear is warm or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Literally, tear is warm. If you touch the tears when it come, no, it is warm. Literally, it is warm.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Feeling wise, I am not able to say now.
Okay, ma'am.
We will, Shraddhanjali, I remember your question. We'll discuss this. With situation, we will discuss. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
please.
one last question, ma'am. Hello. Hello.
Kanha? Go ahead.
Ma'am, Shekhar Suman, ma'am.
Yes, Shekhar. Last time option for you.
No, last question, ma'am. Ma'am, rationalized people, I mostly found that rationalized people are superficial listening.
Who?
Rationalized people.
Ma'am, he said that rationalized people.
Ma'am, rationalization, ma'am. It's a defense mechanism in psychology, rationalization. Ma'am, those people are superficial listening. they talk, they describe themselves, what they feel only, what they had experienced. According to their experience, they share their views. Rationalized people. Am I right or wrong, ma'am?
No, again, Shekhar, right
Yes, ma'am.
or wrong cannot be the response here. We really need the situations and we should know rationalization. Though you are asking if people who rationalize are superficial listeners. This is your question.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know what, can you say a situation of rationalizing and then say why I don't see any relationship as of now? Maybe there is something when you are asking, you may have something in your mind which I'm not able to understand, or your friends also can react to this.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
Yes, ma'am. I think that if that person is having some rationalization, and as someone said, that person must be a superficial listener. In that case, ma'am, I think that that person must have some premonition, pre-assumption within that this must be the case, and accordingly he will judge. And in that case, that may be a superficial listening, or more of it, it will be a advice giving more than counseling, I feel, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, you can further discuss on this. Okay,
Yes,
situation. Let us bring some situation and we'll continue this kind of discussions.
Okay.
Yeah, Kanha, you want to say something?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm Pushpanjali. Ma'am, my question. I want to know that when I told my dad about my school problem, first 2 days his listening style was very attentive, but after 2 days, again I repeat the same problem. His listening style was changed. That is very selective. Is it possible, or that is my observation is wrong? I want to
No,
know.
it is possible.
Yeah, it is possible.
Yeah, it is possible. We need to really see the context. In which context it is selective. We need to see. It is possible. A attentive listener is not attentive listener for all contexts, for all people, for all situations.
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
It may
thank you,
change.
ma'am.
It may change.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Thank you for that.
Okay, shall we close then? So our next class will probably Friday or next Monday, because Wednesday class we are not having. You will have the common class. Okay? Okay? Yeah, somebody wants to.
Yes, ma'am.
Usha, tell me.
If we can be allowed in the class in between sessions, as what happened today, we could not join on time because of the network issue, but we were not allowed to join in the class in between the session. So I missed out on the whole class, and there were few candidates who were also there, ma'am.
Which class? Today's earlier class?
Mohalik sir class today, sir, ma'am.
What was the reason? Your network?
Yes, ma'am. Because of network, we could not join, ma'am.
Ma'am, ma'am, this is Mansi Sahupera, ma'am. Ma'am, I was faced the same problem today. I couldn't connect. My internet was not okay, so I couldn't join early. Means 2:15 to 2:30, between 2:15 to 2:30. So we get late to be in the classroom. It's really pathetic, ma'am. Very much we upset.
Okay. But the network issue we cannot. That is why I'm recording. So whoever missed the class, I will put the recording. From today, I started recording the classes.
No, ma'am, we tried our best. We tried for 30 minutes to join the class, but nobody let us. I was so annoyed. I don't know why. But because today weather was not good in the morning, so maybe you will face some network problem. So that should be considered, ma'am.
Yes, definitely. No, I will tell. We will consider. Okay, I will tell. Don't
Ma'am, that class, Mohalik sir class was really very good class. So you don't want to miss those relations and that session also. So please convey, he recorded so he could posted in that group also.
Yeah, I saw your communication in the group. Yeah. Okay.
It's really upsetting, little upsetting, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then shall we close?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. See you in
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Next class, okay? Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.